Hi, everyone. So today I wanted to give a quick overview and introduction to Reiki, the origins, what it is, some of the benefits, common misconceptions. And by the end of today, I really hope that you can walk away with at least one new insight. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one common question that I get asked pretty often, especially if I'm seeing a client that has never had Reiki before, is always, how does it work? And I really like to start out with the basics, which is, what is energy? Now, have you ever walked into a room and just felt when something was off? Or you knew that there was a fight that just happened a moment before? Or perhaps you have a person in your life that just seems to boost your energy right up. There is something just so feel good about them. That is energy. It is really all around us. The difference is that oftentimes we are so busy going about our day that we're not tuning in and we're not paying attention to those little subtle nuances that we have all around us. Now, science has also demonstrated that all objects that have mass or matter have an intrinsic energy. This means that even inanimate objects, including you and I, have energy inside of us. Now, if we take this one step further and we go to the quote that we see here, energy cannot really be created nor destroyed. It can only change from one form to the other. And that, in essence, is what a Reiki practitioner does. Our goal is really to help realign energy that is already within you. Now, Reiki was developed by Mikao Usui in Japan in the early 1920s. The story goes that he went off on a retreat, and for 21 days, he meditated, fasted, and prayed. And on the 21st day, he had a spiritual awakening. He saw specific symbols that helped him to develop Reiki. After that, he taught several Reiki masters, and the technique continued to evolve. And eventually it got passed down to Hawayo Takata, who brought it to the US and the West. And the rest is history, because today Reiki continues to evolve. If you Google Reiki, you would find different types of Reiki. There is Usui and Holy Fire and Karuna and Quantum Reiki, and the list goes on because it continues to change with time. Reiki is a subtle form of energy healing. It is practiced in many parts of the world. It is also practiced in lots of different settings. In hospitals, I've had clients tell me that they've received Reiki during post-care after either surgery, or maybe they've had cancer and going through chemotherapy. And they received Reiki treatments. Then Reiki is practiced in hospice. I've seen ads for Reiki volunteers to go to hospice care. Of course, you have it in private practice and then as well in self-care, so individuals can administer it on themselves. Reiki is a complementary modality and an alternative type of healing. It is not to replace traditional medicine, but rather to supplement it. And it is really great to do in addition to things that you're already doing for your personal wellness and self-care. Reiki works with a person's biofield. If you have had acupuncture before, or perhaps you do yoga, you might have heard of the meridians or the chakras. You also have your aura, which is the energy outside of your body. Now, during a session, Reiki practitioners will channel energy to a person's biofield and their body, whatever area of that body requires the most healing. At the end of the day, Reiki serves a person's highest self, and the goal is to realign energy and create flow in the body. The benefits of Reiki are so many. I like to think of Reiki as a balancing energy. So what is in excess, Reiki can help to lessen, like pain. What is lacking, Reiki can help to increase and fill up. So Reiki helps to promote relaxation and stress reduction. It can relieve physical and emotional pain, and it can put a person's body really in the best condition to promote self-healing. At a quantum level, you can also do deeper subconscious work like inner child work or shadow work. A few common misconceptions that I hear pretty often. The first is Reiki can heal in one session. Now, while this can be true for some people, because of course there is no one size fits all approach, for others, more sessions may be required. Now, I typically like to recommend 4 sessions because that really helps for an individual to evaluate the healing and the benefits that are received. It also helps the practitioner and the client get comfortable with one another, and then you could start to go into deeper healing at each subsequent session. The second misconception is Reiki can only be performed in person. Now, of course, I know many clients that love an in-person session, and the reality is that it comes along with an experience. You get to leave your house, you get to go to a physical location, and you have a really nice, relaxing setting outside of your home. At the same time, Reiki can also be performed at a distance and virtually. Now, just like energy frequencies from a cell phone and radio signals and Wi-Fi work across distance, so does Reiki. And the last misconception is Reiki practitioners can fix me. I like to really tell my clients that a session is a two-way street. And it is important for a client to be very clear about their intention. What is it that they want to get out of a Reiki session? Then it is really important to not just have the session do all of the work, but for the client to really assess, well, what are the things that I might need to change in my personal life to keep and sustain the healing? It might be changing a mindset, a behavior, a habit. Maybe it's seeking additional counseling. Because at the end of the day, one session and what a Reiki practitioner does is really help to facilitate and guide the healing process. But at the end of the day, there are changes that need to happen with the client themselves so that the healing can continue to work on its own. And that, in a nutshell, is my very quick introduction to Reiki. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and if you're looking for other facts or information about Reiki, you can always reach out, and perhaps I can create more videos to follow up on this topic.